Hey, everybody. Welcome to Slam Fire Radio, episode 432 for November 25th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly.
I'm Adriel.
And I'm Kyle.
Woohoo! Do you know it's 1 month exactly? What's going to be under your tree?
Nothing.
Am I going to have a tree up?
I'm wondering if you were going to know. No, you're not going to have the tree up, you don't think?
I don't have a tree anymore. I don't have a tree anymore. I'm not going to get one.
Do you think your house is going to be sold by then?
No. No one's buying houses in December. I get like a viewing a week, but no one's buying houses in December. Maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. February.
If I wanted to move to Edmonton, I'd go and... No, it wouldn't.
You yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. No.
There's lots of choice. There's lots of choice here.
There is. I was looking. There's a ton of choices. Yeah.
Priced reasonably.
I know. Unfortunately for Alberta. Okay, so why don't we get into what we did in guns this week? What we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center. It's Canada's premier firearms retailer. So let me just click on this. It's the Benelli Nova Speed. Just give me a second to pull it up here.
I am Speed.
You are Speed.
It's their 3-gun shotgun.
Shotgun alert. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. So the price point on it is $14.50, and so they have both the 24-inch and 26-inch barrel versions coming. So,
it's made for the IPSC manual division. So it's a pump shotgun. It's a go fast pump shotgun for
but
IPSC
it's beautiful
shotgun.
too. Yeah. And Benelli, I love Benelli too. I have Benelli.
Oh, yeah. Look at that load port on that.
Wait, you can see the
that's actually one
low.
that I
don't
know if you'd actually have to. You might want to do a little bit of work, but that's the first one I've seen that you don't really have to do any work to that load port.
No,
just looking from the side angle.
Got a big bad fiber optic on that thing.
Yep.
The extension tube is lengthy.
Yeah.
Because it's a pump action.
You know what?
12-shot extension.
Nice.
So, go to pump action, right? Oh, by the way, just have to say, happy Turkey Day down to our friends down in America. So, Charlie Foxtrot, nice to see you. Just want to say hi. All right, let's get into what we did in guns this week, and we're gonna go with Adriel. Adriel, what did you do?
Oh, last time I left off, I was at my parents' place hunting. My boy came out for the weekend. He shot himself a deer. It's fantastic. I processed a bunch of deer into meat, and that's it. I'm lusting over some Black Friday specials. So like a lot of them just dropped this evening. I've been seeing them come by, and I've been lusting hard. I might have to buy. So there's a couple of deals that are just I don't need it. I don't need it. It replicates something I already have, but the price
there are some deals out there that are pretty good.
Too good. So maybe. I processed I processed a ton of jerky, sausage, and I brought a bunch of deer meat home, and wife's like, I'm cooking all this stuff, and I'm like, I spice the crap out of it, because this is all like all the meat we got is like buck. My boy got a buck, and it's all like, so you can smell it. You put it on a counter like buck meat. And but we had some curry the other day. It was
good.
It's curry, yeah, it's
cool. Well, curry
and there's
has a lot of spice, so it'll help with that buck.
Yeah, and there's a stew downstairs waiting for me that has also got some deer meat in it, and
sweet.
I think it's gonna be good too. Yeah. It's when we first came back to Canada, we did a bit of hunting, and got some deer, and tried a couple of things that were probably too ambitious, like deer steak and that kind of thing. I was like, oh, this is terrible. And I think now we're like, this is the right approach. Like, nope, It's a stinky buck. We're going to spice the crap out of it and then eat it. And it's going to be great. And it's going to be a little bit lean. So we'll throw like, if we're going to fry it or something like that, throw like a little more butter and that kind of thing. But lots of spice, lots of salt, lots of jerky, sausage. And if we're going to do the meat itself, like curries and that kind of thing. And yeah. Because I don't know, even like if I wanted to, I could go hunting this weekend. If I wanted to, I could get a 3-pack of deer licenses for my brother's place, because he's in a spot where you can just go and like collect all the deer you want to practically. I'm not gonna, because
a person from Alberta.
I don't have that kind of freezer space, but I didn't find my. I saw a bull moose, a really dumb bull moose. Oh my god! I wish I had a tag for that thing. Oh, I saw it coming across the field. I'm like, is that a moose? I'm like, that's a moose. It'll probably be gone by the time I get there. Grab my gun, grab my binoculars, and like start walking. This is like 15 minutes later. Sure enough, like there it is, 50 yards away from me, looking at me. I'm like, oh, I see the horns. I pull the binoculars up. Those are too long. Oh no. It was so convenient. It was right next to a fence. It was like, oh man, I could have pulled that thing through. Could have had it on the back of a truck like that. But wrong kind.
Wrong kind. Sorry.
Yeah. My poor little.
You could
freezer.
always say it identified as a cow.
Yeah. I didn't ask it its pronouns. I guess I could have, but how do you do that? Do you like grunt at it? See if it comes towards you or not. It responded to it. For some reason, I don't think the game warden would go for that. No, but it was cool seeing it anyways, and just didn't see anything else. It started snowing. We got a bunch of snow, and then I didn't see any moose tracks at all. So a lot of deer, but no moose tracks. And I finally got them like nailed down to where when my boy came out, like we knew where the deer were going to be, and we put him in front of a deer like first day. Yeah, first day. Put him in front of one, which had taken us all week to figure out. But
cool.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Good times, and I'm lusting over some sales, but I'll hold my tongue until we get to the sale part of the show. But we got some good stuff. There's some good stuff out there today. I want to share it.
Yeah. And please stand by. Have your credit card waiting. Operators are waiting.
Then I don't have to. I don't have to feel that. I was talking to someone on Messenger here, and they're like, "Okay, I just bought the last 6.5 of this kind of barrel." I'm like, "Thank God, I don't have to worry about that now. But if I get one, it's going to be a 308. That's the only choice I got." If everyone else buys them out, then I don't like. Oh, they're all gone. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You're gonna find
that's
something.
it for me. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Hef?
Not a lot. It's been busy. I did finally I took Gagel's advice and on the intro for the next asylum, just got it done. It's not quite where I wanted, what I envisioned, but got out. So that should be live. Should be able to see it soon. Like I would imagine tonight.
Okay.
One cool thing with that one is I had actually reached out to a band, Sin Shake Sin, and just because they have a song that just fit perfect. And asked them if I could. It's Lunatics and Slaves is the title of it.
Okay.
You listen to the chorus on it, and it is perfect.
Well, there you go.
It is absolutely perfect. Actually, I could play it, but anyways, they come back and said, "Yeah, go for it. Have at her."
Nice.
So
I always find like it's always interesting, but like we're all just a bunch of people out there, even like people who like are in bands and that kind of thing. And I just don't think a lot of them get asked that kind of stuff. So when you come out with a genuine, like earnest request from some people, it was easy for them to grant, right? Easy for them to grant you that request.
I'm sure that as long as you credit them, they're cool with that. People will come over and listen to their other stuff too. So yeah, and
that's what they said. Just credit us. And it's like, I could do that.
Okay,
cool.
So we'll have to go over and have a listen to it.
The first.
Yeah, give it. Okay, so who is it again? Who's the artist?
It's the band? Sin Shake Sin.
Okay, and what's it called again?
Lunatics and Slaves.
Okay.
Just 5 seconds or less. Otherwise, they might copy strike us. Like Facebook does some automatic stuff. If there's like a song out there that they recognize and you start playing it on stream, they may can't. Like we had that happen.
Oh yeah, they canceled. They
canceled the stream on us one time.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
Killed the stream.
Pretty sure I know the mark on where it is perfect. Yeah. So
okay,
let's see. Nope. All right.
Actually,
that is not the song.
That would get demonetized for something entirely different.
Okay.
All right. What do we got?
So in the meantime, William, I am also going to go over your loading thing here after we're done this too.
Thumb in. His thumb was getting caught by his 1301, right?
Yeah.
Got to do something with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's right. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that song. I'm like, okay, no, I gotta do this. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's a little snippet of the intro. It's not quite where I want it, but it'll be there.
Perfect.
So with William.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to explain what was happening? So we were talking about the new Benelli shotgun.
We're talking about the load port and how it didn't need to be opened up. And William actually posted that he keeps getting bitten by his 1301 tactical.
Right.
And I had a suspicion, so I asked him if he means by thumb bite while loading. And this is my wife's 870 here.
That's pretty.
But I got to redo it, but when I was first playing around with Cerakote, learning it and whatnot, so.
Okay.
So, what he's saying is basically when he's loading, he's probably pushing his thumb in.
Yeah.
Instead of, trying to get that on the camera, what you should be doing for your quad load is push and drive through. Don't try and stick your thumb in there. Try and just glide through. Especially once you get a really wide open port, which wish I actually had my Benelli sitting here because I showed you. It doesn't matter if you have an extended lifter or not. There's enough space that if you stuff your thumb in there, that you're going to get bit every single time.
Yeah, with the 1301, you might still need. There's my buddy got a 1301. It's not the Gen 2; it was the Gen 1, and he still needed to open it up some more. That's more for like ease of use in getting the shells in. That won't help with the bite or anything like that. Like what Kyle's saying there is like stroking and hitting with the edge of your thumb rather than the pointy. Like you're not trying to get your whole thumb in there. You're trying to go fast and hard and use the edge of your thumb, like moving that rim up and over, and then you're out.
And like the 1301s definitely can use. I've done a number of load ports on them. They are tricky because their receiver is so deep that you end up with a pretty sharp ramp. But if you can at all, just try and push through instead of pushing your thumb in. Like Adriel said, have the shell sitting right here, not on the tip of your thumb.
Pet the kitty.
I always
Isn't that what Garcia
through.
Says? Someone says that. Might be Garcia.
Hard and deep, I think it. No, that was Brian Nelson. Hard and deep.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh well. Okay. Now, on that note, are we done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh boy. Okay. Anyways, so what I've done in gun this week. So I got a whole bunch of new CCFR gear. If you get a chance, go on over to the store and purchase some of it. I love my new, by the way, new gray camo hat, trucker cap. And I got a couple of hoodies, and I also got some sweatpants. So I am going to be warm. And all this stuff is actually going to help the CCFR as well, because it also helps fund the legal fund. So go on over and do that. Also, I'll tell you about something else in just a minute. Also, I spent a lot of money on gear this week. The reason is because I also... Well, not last weekend, but the weekend before, I went deer hunting, and it was the last day for it was the last deer. No, it was the last day. That's it. Can't talk. Last day for deer hunting for rifle season anyways. So I went over to the Kincaid Ranch on the Saturday. We had German food. A whole bunch of us came over, got up early in the morning, went out deer hunting. Really warm for deer too. So they were out at 3:00 in the morning in the pumpkins, but they weren't really they weren't having it at at sunup and all that. So went out. It was a little cooler, so it did freeze a little bit when in the stand, but then we got up and started walking around. So after a while, as I said, we got up, walked around, see if we could scare anything up, and I did actually see a doe, and it was bedded down behind a tree, and I went to go and take a shot, and I could only do it from standing, and the doe was actually pretty close. It was maybe 50-60 meters, but with being down a slope. So I went to take my shot, and I went, damn it, safety's on. And so I took the safety off. And I was using Kelly's Savage Model 11. So it wasn't my gun, but I took my shot and I didn't take a follow-up shot, damn it. But it had just lifted its head. And as I said, it was bedded down. So I thought I actually had a good shot because I saw a shiver, a shiver. And I said, okay, well, let's see what happens. Got up, she walked off. There's another doe with her, and they both actually walked off. And I was with Kelly's husband, Kyle, and our friend Anna, who's watching, by the way. Hi, Anna. And anyways, so they walked off about 50 meters and down again. We couldn't quite see them. They were right in the tree line. So we waited about 25 minutes, and we were gonna go. And we said, okay, because seriously, I did think I shot her, and so much so that the fact that I missed her, I think that I need to turn in my rifle and patch. Seriously. Anyways, so and it was a good shot, by the way. So we waited 25 minutes. Walked over to where we thought they were, and they weren't there. And Kyle's going, we thought they were here. And I'm going, okay, I'm going to go this way. So I went off to the left and flushed them out. And they were off they were
no blood trail or anything like that.
We went back to where they were bedded down. There was no blood trail or anything like that. And she was quite spirited. So I'm going, no, I didn't actually get her. So Kyle tried to flush them out, go after them through the trail that they went through and steer them back towards us. We saw them. He took these guys. Anyways, saw them a couple more times, but they were all we saw were basically their asses. Was this
pretty bushy area that you're hunting them in?
It was bushy, and there was valleys, and there was ridges, and they come up over the ridge, and all we'd see was again their ass. So we're going, there's not a shot there. So we didn't really it was the funnest that we've had. We actually had a lot of fun doing it, but it was also frustrating as well. So I thought that my first shot first time actually out there, saw a deer, take a shot, I was going to have my deer. Fill my doe tag. Didn't happen. So we have until the end of December to do crossbow if I want to go and do that, or bow. So I need to go and do that. But because I was a little cold, I also decided that I was going to go to, there's a local shop that's right around the corner for me that carries a lot of gear, hunting gear. So I spent a fortune over there with gear that is going to keep me warm while I go next time. And what else did I do? Oh, last weekend, I haven't been on in 2 weeks. So last weekend I went to FRPC, which is my local range, and I started helping out with range orientation. So we're bringing new members. What that means is they come in and they do range orientation, both on the indoor range and the outdoor ranges, and the long rifle range as well. So I helped out with that, and I'm going to be doing that again this weekend. And I also actually have been asked to help out with they do probationary shoots. So anybody that comes in, they have to do 3 probationary shoots. So I'm going to be helping out with that too. So, and also arranged to take a friend to the range this weekend and then flip over to the range orientation as well. So the friend's having some problems with optics and she wanted some help with that. And then also her rifle is not working for her as well. So I said, bring the rifle, bring the optic. We'll figure it out. I'll get it fitted to you and we'll figure it out. Not only that, we'll just have fun. The last thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's going back to the CCFR, is the calendar is going live tomorrow. It's dropped. So all this past week, I've been sharing some sneak peeks and teasers and all that on all the social medias. So some really great shots. There's a surprise this year. Tracy posted that she picked up the calendars today. And she's going to be working on them tonight. The reason she has to work on them, and it's going to take her all night to do, is because not only do you have a calendar of 13 months with beautiful girls, we this year decided to put in a pull-out poster as well. So this poster means that you can put it up on your wall, and it's two-sided, by the way, and it's really cool. One page, the first side has all kinds of different gunny girls, and on the back of it has almost like a movie poster for the CCFR. So that's a bonus that you'll be getting as well. So if you want to order these calendars, they're going live tomorrow on the website, and we'll feature the link on our Facebook pages and also on my page, and it'll be shared everywhere. But I already placed my order. I placed my order for my favorite co-hosts, and they'll be getting theirs in the mail soon. So just wanted to let you know, but also make sure that you check out the back of it, register the number on the website. That'll be starting on January 1st. Register the number, the unique code that's on the back of it, and you can win prizes. Not only is it a calendar and a poster, but it's a raffle prize as well. So we did print a few more this year than last year, but we're expecting it to sell out. So make sure that you get in there and buy what you need now, because we're expecting it to sell out. So that's about it with that. Upcoming events, let's get to that. Upcoming events is sponsored by Telos Alpha. Telos Alpha is a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively with the firearms vertical. They help with business processors, strategic planning, websites, e-commerce, and battling the stigma the industry carries with banks, merchant processors, and social media. Check them out at telosalpha.com. Guess what? No events coming up. Yeah, actually,
cold.
You know what? It's cold, but I'm kind of arranging some Gunny Girl signings. So why don't I put them up next week? I have confirmed a few though. So anyways, I'll put them up next week when we read them. News. Didn't we already cover this?
Well, last week when we were covering this, there was no verdict.
Yeah.
We said we thought the verdict was going to be.
Oh,
Rittenhouse was acquitted.
No, the verdict came out the next day.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he was, which anyways.
Shouldn't be shocking if you've been following the trial. No.
Yeah. So
just like the Ahmed Arbery case, if you've been following that one, that result shouldn't shock you either.
No.
Self-defense has to be self-defense. You can't chase someone with a gun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the IBM gun confiscation report that was revealed today by the CCFR. I
haven't seen much, so I'm on a Discord right now where some guys are reviewing it. Some of the things that they're mentioning, like, hey, we're modeling this over after New Zealand, and one of the things that was kind of interesting was a comparison between New Zealand's program and what it would have to be in Canada, and the stark differences between them. Like New Zealand population 4.9 million, Canada 3.76 million. Participation, mandatory versus voluntary, program ownership, data availability, firearms collected, cost, and basically, it's going to cost a heck of a lot more. We're way more geographically dispersed. We have way more of them. It's going to be a mess trying to do this. There's a couple of other, they explored a lot of options in that report, which they would be negligent if they did not. Some of them will make you cringe if you read them, because you'll be like, I can't believe they did that. But they got paid $8 million to do this, or however many millions. I think they spent $8 million so far on it. So they had to explore all options, including the ridiculous ones. So there's some ridiculous ones in there, we'll just buy their uppers and lowers and screw them. They have to deal with the rest, and we'll pay them nothing because it's just an upper and lower. It's worthless. And that kind of thing. I don't know if they're ever going to do that. That's just they had to explore all the options in there.
Yeah. Yep. So the expectation is going to be billions and billions.
Billions and billions and billions. You guys ever see that video? Trump saying billions just over and over again. That's so good.
Yeah. No, it's not.
This is why Mo isn't on today, because he's having a whiskey and crying into it, and the tears are like crying. It's bad news for the rest of us too, but we're just picking on Mo a little bit. But
well, let's pick on Mo a little bit more, because Quebec Premier and Montreal Mayor asked for a national gun ban.
Yeah,
not just for Montreal.
No,
the whole province.
Or the whole province. Correct. So.
And the Liberals are willing to play ball, of course. So they're willing to let the provinces ban handguns too.
Yes.
Well, it's time to look at sell the place and Berta, Texas.
Yeah. Texas is not in Canada though. Although you can eat turkey today or tomorrow.
And it's like the weather's so nice. I love Texas. I love Texas so much. I love the weather. I love like the business attitude down there. Like I've gone down there for work a couple of times, and I would rather be in Texas than Arkansas was kind of nice. Oklahoma was nice, but Texas, give me Texas. Love it. Oil and gas, just like get her done. I'm not even in oil and gas. I just like the approach. They're always like after like they hustle, they like grind it out. I love it.
Yeah,
and the gun situation is fantastic there.
The gun situation is fantastic. Yeah, and you are able to have 1 yard pet, so that means technically a goat. You can have one of those. You can have a donkey, which I would so go buy.
Okay, different people. I want guns. You want a goat?
Well, I get guns too, but I want the fuzzy. By the way, who thinks I want a puppy?
You had that post.
I know, but people were posting that. Somebody sent in an email about their puppy. Anyways, okay. I know. You're right. I like that email. It had puppies in it. Okay. Shiny. Let's talk about what's next. Legal CCFR legal funds donations. We're all done with the other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. CCFR legal funds donations. East Elgin Sportsmen's Association. They donated another $5,000 to the cause. So congratulations to them. They've been doing a lot of donations. If you would like to donate, you can send an EMT to finance@firearmsrights.ca or become a member. Go visit the site, CCFR site, buy membership, buy some swag, buy a calendar, and then also donate to the cause. All right. Also, congrats to winner Joel H. You're the winner of the autographed Dremel and maybe some jerky. Did that get out in the mail to him?
I'd like to.
Are you home? Are you home yet?
I'm home. I can do it. I got home on Sunday. I had to catch up with work this week. And
Joel said last week was his favorite episode ever. I think it's because he won a Dremel. But he's a longtime listener. So, anyways,
last week's episode was wild. Like the rabbit holes that went down, and we were going all over the place.
Yeah, and Dave. It was great to have Dave on too. It was great to listen to you guys. I was driving in my car and I was shaking my head the whole time. But it was awesome. It was a good show. Thanks for entertaining me while I was driving to work today and yesterday. New gun stuff. Bolt Action Coffee. Bolt Action Coffee. Did you guys know that we're ambassadors for them?
I've heard it once or twice.
Yeah, we are. So you can go over to boltactioncoffee.com, and if you type in the discount code of Slamfire, and it's capital letters, all one word, then you can get a 10%. I believe it's 10% discount on their coffee. It's really good coffee, by the way. If you're wondering about it, I've tried it. It's really good, and it's also veteran owned. So go and support them. All right.
We need to get better like places where we're ambassadors for. Like I want an ambassadorship for like Bermuda or something like that. Not Edmonton, Alberta. Like if I'm going to be an ambassador, like put me somewhere that's warm. I don't really got to do a lot of work.
I believe you are correct in that. So if anybody is in Bermuda and would like to sponsor us, let us know.
Ambassador, as an ambassador.
Oh, sorry. Yes, ambassador.
I also I expect what's the suit that they wear? They wear a weird kind of suit. I can't remember what it's called.
The tunic and then they wear the
three-piece evening gown, evening dress, whatever. I want one of those. I'm not going to wear it, but I want one anyways in my closet just to look at.
It's weird because they wear the tunic and then they have it's like a skirt and then they wear flip-flops. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, shorts, business on top, party on the bottom.
Yeah.
So Rita, so ambassadors, but the coffee is pretty good too, especially if I'm, I want to function in the morning. That's probably a good idea. Get into the new gun stuff. New gun stuff is, Adriel. It's just
beefy. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. I was worried this year because, if you watch the news, they've been saying, "Oh, consumer, everything's going to get more expensive because of inflation, and there's not going to be that much for sale because of shipments and containers from China and blah 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 blah." There's a bunch of stuff. So I'll do the new releases first before we get to the Black Friday stuff.
Cool.
Let's share screen. How about let's do that thing? That one right there. Tesro has CZ600s available for pre-order. Now, I was looking at their price saying, Lux, that's for rich people. I'm not going to get one of those. This Ergo looks kind of neat, also kind of expensive. The trail looks cool, but I'm looking for a hunting rifle. This Alpha is $899. Now, if you go get a Tika T3X or something like that, it's right around that price point. This one's way cooler though, because this thing's got a bunch of different features in it. I like the Tika bolt on it, but this one,
nice.
It's got me thinking as a primo hunting rifle. I do like that machined in pick rail there. Yeah. It's got me thinking. I'll wait until they're in country though. So that's it if you want one of those. The next thing I've got.
How much?
Sorry,
it was an 800. So
$899.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Yeah, $900 for that thing. Which your primo hunting rifles are right around that price point, anyways. Yeah. The next one, Kodiak Defense. Oh, I wonder if my audio. Can you guys hear anything? No. Maybe not. They have a 9mm 180. I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Look at this cute little gun. Yeah. That's a little 9mm 180. So this is non-restricted. It's approved FRT. So it took them 2 years to get it done. It's blowback. And it's so small. Look how tiny it is. So
I'm just curious how they got that barrel. Looks pretty short. I'm wondering how they got it non-restricted.
Oh, it's restricted. No,
it is restricted. Okay.
Yeah. This one's restricted. They have non-restricted versions added soon. It says they here. So, in Canada here, if you wanted a short-barreled race 9mm carbine, what would you get right now? In the olden days, AR 9, right? That would be your go fast option. Or maybe the Scorpions never had 10-round mags, so that's not as interesting. What would you get, Kyle?
For short, when I've been looking at PCCs, I've been looking at non-restricted. So for short, besides the AR platform,
there's the FX9. The FX9 comes in short barrels.
Okay, one thing I heard with the FX9 is you got to do a bit of work to them to get them reliable. You can get them. I love the ergonomics and the manual of arms on them.
Yeah.
The Ruger PC9, I think that only comes non-restricted.
I don't think that comes with a short barrel on it. Oh. Take a look at this. Take a look at the mag release. It's in the right spot.
Yeah.
They got the right finger mag release for the Glock mags.
Yeah. Although it would have been cool to go with the going trend and have it side charge instead of just your typical AR style charge.
I think that's still top. Was it top charge?
I believe it's top charge. Yeah. See,
it is top charge. Yeah. They have a bullet release. Nice big paddle on the side there.
I wonder if you could get a bad lever on that.
Bad lever? It doesn't look like it's got the paddle on there properly.
No.
I can hardly see that.
Oh, sorry. I guess I could like zoom in. I got like
okay.
a video clip that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I'm like taking pieces from. I know
now,
that Spectre wants to make one of these too. Maybe we should tell him like all these things that we wish this had.
Is that an ambi safety?
I bet you I could skip around this video and find out. Boop 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 boop. Come on.
No.
No. Like I care. I'm right-handed.
I like it because I'll flip it off with my thumb on the left-hand side, but then when I go to dump, I just roll out of the trigger guard and have it roll on my index finger to put it on safe.
This thing is so small. Look at it.
It's
Look,
cute.
What's
I kind of want one. That would be fun.
Yeah. That would be fun.
All right.
Next one. Hey, we were talking about Ruger. Just this is like wishes and dreams, I think, at this point.
What?
But, it's a suppressed.
Oh, integrally silent.
It's an integrally suppressed rifle, and I believe it's a takedown. It looks like a takedown.
That does look like it. Yeah.
The Ruger Silent SR ISB reduces sound pressures of the 22 to 113 decibels with SB velocity.
Is awesome. Integrally suppressed. Nice.
I wish. Oh, that's not it entirely, but yeah, I wish that does look like a takedown.
Being
it's compatible with
semi,
rifles.
I wonder if it would, especially with it being suppressed, if it would cycle on subsonic.
Probably not.
I don't know if there's enough there for. Yeah.
SV is subsonic though. SV is just under this. Yeah, it's just under. So you could run SV in there. It's a little bit louder, but with a suppressor like that, I bet you it's like a mouse fart coming out of there.
Yeah.
Mouse fart. Yeah, you could hear those when I was duck hunting. Anyways, go ahead.
Every time I was hunting this year, if I could hear something, it was because of like a grouse or a mouse or something, not a deer. Anytime deer showed up, it was like they would silently glide into a cut line and be like, "Where did you come from?" Yeah. Never hear them unless they like, oh, you shoot them and they're like crashing through the woods with a gunshot wound. Now it's time for the Black Friday sales.
Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Get your credit cards ready.
Oh, I was like hurting before the show, and I'm gonna be hurting afterwards because I'm gonna be hovering with my hand over the buy. So Tanda Canada has a sale. I didn't see anything in here that I would personally buy, but some of the prices were pretty good. I have seen the Benelli M4 on sale at a couple of different retailers. The Beretta 92 FS they've got for $813. That seems pretty good. Mossbergs are cheaper. I don't watch the Vectors enough, but that's the shorty version for 45 ACP or 9mm for $2,100. I don't know if I'd ever buy a Ruger SR22. I think that there's
1022 for 400.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, I think there are best. Like sometimes those gray synthetics are cheaper. That I think I've seen better prices on. I don't know about optics enough.
Go back to that 1301. 1301. There was
going back. Oh, that is
gauge.
a good.
Yeah, 1375.
1375. Yeah, that's good. That's a good price. That looks like the 21-inch barrel.
Yeah.
Those are whippy. Like they're so lightweight. Like one of the things I think Warren was mentioning, or sorry, William has a 1301. I love how light those are, and the gas system on it is so quick. Can't
like how slim that foregrip is. Like it's not super wide and clunky like another shotgun out there, and it's gas driven. Like
fast.
Yeah.
Some Revolvo Gats, which I don't care about at all, but maybe you guys know if that's
other people do. Not all about you.
Fiocchi 9mm for $399 per 1,000.
Yeah,
makes me barf in my mouth a little bit, but that's because I'm thinking about like 2 years ago prices.
Yeah.
They've got the Ruger Precision Gen 3 for $23.99.
They don't have a price on the Cross. Ooh, go back there. Benelli M2.
Was there a Benelli M2?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there it is. Benelli M2.
18.5. Oh. That's the tactical, but still less than $1,700 for an M2.
Decent.
That's decent, yeah.
Does the tactical have changeable chokes, or is it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't like those sights though. I want a bead. I don't want.
I'm not a fan of the sights. The barrel, like 18.5-inch barrel, yeah, you can choke it, but still, I like my 24-inch barrel.
Yeah,
but it's still like DJ runs. That's what DJ runs, and he does great with it.
Yeah, the 18.5.
Yeah.
No, sure.
So yeah, I'll have to buy one of these eventually for my kid. Something that size.
Yeah.
I don't. This seems all right. The BCL Bison 223 at $1,000, and you get the free Rayton scope. Seems all right.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Blazer for better pricing than that.
509, yeah.
That's okay. I've seen better pricing in the past, but right now, like $450 for a case of 5,000 CCI SV is okay. Kappa M122 for $350. Okay, we've given enough free advertising to these guys. Let's talk about someone else.
They got some good deals on.
I don't have them up right now, but IBI Barrels has their 223 and 308 AR style barrels for 50% off. So if you want a Gucci barrel, 260, 230, something like that for a barrel over there.
Well made.
I'm probably going to get one for my Maverick. Just to have a 308 barrel. Just to have it like 260. Might as well go get a Gucci 308 barrel, right?
Yep.
I shared the link, by the way. I shared it on our Facebook page already. I did that last night.
That's probably where I got it from. Then you guys buy all the 308 barrels until I get a chance to get in there. Or do and take away the temptation. I don't know.
Okay.
Cabela's had a sale on a couple of different things. I want to highlight one that I think is fantastic if you're looking for a hunting rifle, the cheapest hunting rifle you can possibly get. They have the Savage Axis with the cryptic camo, so it's got like a basic camo. It's the rifles that I hunted with this year. $329 after rebate. These are the Savage Axis 1, so it doesn't have the AccuTrigger on it. You can get an aftermarket trigger spring kit from M Carbo for $10 or $15 that makes them disgustingly light, like 2 pounds light. Or you stick with the factory and don't worry about it because it's a hunting rifle. Those are going to be on sale starting tomorrow at 6 or something like that. They're going to get eaten up because like $329 for a bolt action modern hunting rifle is with a crappy included package scope is still like a pretty fantastic deal. I say that I hunted with the crappy factory scope on mine this year because I just couldn't be bothered to swap one of my. I have like a box with like 3 all nicer scopes in it. I just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
MRA Mavericks were on a smoking good sale. I think complete rifles for $899. They're all gone. So
they were talking about that last week. I saw.
No, like 2 days ago or something like that.
Okay. Well,
and they were like Black Friday sales, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Rangeview Sports has a sale on the Connect shotguns, so they have quite a few different versions of those. They're over-unders for $675. Some of your mag-fed monstrosities for $480 or so, as well as the Regulator Defender, which is I don't know, like a pretty practical kind of a shotgun for $340-ish. So check those out.
Yes, I have the Kodiak 1911 on for $764.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah. In case you wanted.
Turkish 1911. Yep.
Yep.
And then S&J Hardware has their Black Friday sale on. It's a very eclectic collection because
I see that.
you get duck decoys, tactical shotgun stuff, and body armor. And I think if you buy stuff from S&J, you got to use it all while hunting ducks.
It's like for when the ducks fight back,
or when you go duck hunting with Dick Cheney. Armor up. You got to bring that mag extension if you're hunting with Cheney. But S&J has a sale on a couple of those things. That's kind of interesting. Spectre Ballistics International, or SBI, they've got a sale on their Model C71 receiver. I like the name on it. These are Blem receivers, and they are $137. So these have a railed top, and they take the Tough 22 magazines. So if you want more ammo in your 1022, that is an option.
Yay.
Do I have another one? Sorry, I have one that I've missed here. MDT, they have their big factory second sale. I have it noted as coming up. It just dropped. So if you're looking for precision rifle stuff, MDT's factory second sale, they do it once a year, and stuff's like half off. So if you want like a chassis system for your bolt action rifle, or if you want AICS mags, or if you want bipods or any of that kind of stuff, like they've got some really good stuff over there. And their sale during Black Friday is fantastic as well.
Go big.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Same idea. Lots of precision stuff. They've got a lot of the KRG stuff. So like we were talking with our guest there about people shooting CRPS and that kind of a thing. Yep. So the 4.57 is very popular, and they've got the KRG kit for that. That includes like the stock and a couple of other things on it. So if you're looking at pimping out your bolt action rifle, they've got a bunch of that stuff, as well as some like brakes and whatnot as well. Left-handed Gucci receivers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Bullseye has some Chinese Type 54 Tokarevs for $188.99. So if you wanted to get a Toke, get it cheap. There are 4 available right now. Wait.
Are there 4?
Fresh. Are there any? There's 4. There's still 4.
Yes, there are.
No, now there's 3 because Angel just bought one.
Okay.
I already got one.
For under $200. Yep. Wow. Okay. Well,
I like 7.62 by 25. It used to be like the cheapest. Oh, it might be right now actually, because 9mm got more expensive. It might be the cheapest, like by far the cheapest semi-auto centerfire pistol ammo, because you can get surplus stuff for this. You got to clean it; it's corrosive, but it's super easy to clean. You just clean the barrel. You don't need to clean anything else. So if you want like cheap ammo and the 9mm is hurting the pocketbook too much, you get one of these. The sights are awful, and like the grip is terrible. But
it's $188.
It's very cheap, and the ammo is very cheap as well. And they're kind of fun. They got that surplus milsurp thing going for them too as well.
Yeah. Try and see if you can hit something.
Oh, there's MDT. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's the link.
Mags, those fancy grips. They got some wood grips on there. They're cool buttstocks. They got all sorts of things. What the heck is that? Don't even know.
Bolt nub.
Bolt nub? Okay. Cool. And then SFRC has 16% everything off everything in store. Use discount code Friday. And then Marginet Metalworks, they have a 10% off everything site-wide promo going on for the week, but there will be a 15% off promo for Black Friday. That is the wrong place. This will apply to everything, including packages that are already discounted, so you can get a double discount. Sales are in effect until Monday on Friday. Midnight. Not Monday. On Friday. That doesn't make any sense at all. No. Midnight on Friday, including some of the brass weights and other Gucci Go Fast gamer cheater items that you might need.
Sweet.
Yes.
Go and do it. Go get the double discount.
You know which one I didn't mention?
What?
FOC. I didn't mention FOC's Crazy Sale.
What do they got?
Oh, this is the one that's like got me thinking like super hard right now about whether I should be getting into another gun that I probably don't need. I really don't need. But the price was so good. The price is so good. So I don't know if we've talked about it before, but MDI or Maccabee Defense International Inc. Whatever. Maccabee. They've got a straight pull 308 on sale right now at FOC. $399 for the receiver set, the lower, the upper, the bolt, the charging handle. Get going website. the price was so good that the website has probably crashed. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were out. They had a couple of different Cerakote options on it, and the tan one was out. They had green and black.
So what are you buying?
I'm gonna at least get a barrel from IBI. I'm gonna get one of their 308 barrels because like 260 for a Gucci barrel is just I can't.
No, I was wondering if you were going to buy
one of the thing that, like, I'm thinking about it. If I didn't have a straight pull platform already, I probably would. But I already have the Maple Ridge Armory straight pull 308 size gun. I'm gonna get the barrel. And maybe I'll put it on my gun. Maybe I won't. I don't know. And then I'll probably just hope and dream that maybe I can. Oh, that's interesting. The Micro-Roni. Is this the Micro-Roni? MCK? $199?
Ooh.
For Glock 9mm or 40 extended slide. Hey, I got a Glock 34.
For $200.
You might have one of these. Yeah, $200.
So the credit card's going up then.
No, not for that one. Not for that one. Stop it. You're a bad influence. Oh, they got the Daniel Defense Delta 5 for 23. Oof. That's good. Oh, grips. There's a gray birch barrel for $200. They're 12.5-inch one.
Yeah.
Carbon wrapped. That's still in stock, hey?
Yep.
Boy, oh boy. There they are. The Maccabee Defense NRR 308. These are a straight pull 308, $399 for the upper, lower, and bolts. Carrier. You still need to bring your own bolt.
Yeah.
But if you have like a 308 that's like sitting and sadly in the corner waiting to get prohibited, or is prohibited and waiting to get bought back, you could, slap all the parts on here. Give them back an upper and lower. Barrel. I'm gonna get the barrel.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna.
All right. Any other Black Friday sales?
Maybe we're missing some. Maybe if you have any others, just drop them into the Facebook comments there, and we will talk about them if we have time.
Okay. Let's get into the main topic. For tonight's main topic, we thought we would have Adam from CZ Canada come on. Hi, Adam. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of background. A lot of people, if they have been in the gun community, they know who you are, but there's some people who don't. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you, your background, and then we'll get into CZ Canada as well.
Sure. So currently my role is as the manufacturer's rep for CZ Export. As some people might know, CZ has gone through a big corporate restructure in the last couple of years. They've been acquiring a lot of new companies. So they're under the CZ Group umbrella, which has CZ Export, which has CZ USA, and now has Colt, including Colt Canada, which is here in Kitchener. So that's really exciting. They've been super aggressive in the marketplace. They really want to be one of the leading brands globally. And as sort of part of that endeavor, they finally realized that Canada is a big market, and it's a valuable market, not just dollars and cents wise, but in terms of our community and the level at which we participate normally. So I've been brought on board to basically represent the interests of CZ and grow the business and grow the brand. And really, what I see my role becoming is an advocate for the Canadian industry. So really pushing ahead the needs of the dealers, the needs of the community members, and getting on sort of the ground level grassroots sort of perspective, and being able to support, awesome programs like Project Maple Seed, the CUSF, and, the competitions and the people and personalities within the industry as well.
Yeah. They picked a really smart person. You're somebody who's been heavily involved in the industry up until now as well. You know a lot of the various organizations. You spoke about, Maple Seed, CRPS, PS and QSIF as well. But you also have been heavily involved in more of the retail aspect of it too. It's a great product, by the way. All of us are CZ fanboys or fangirls, depending on our gender, or we're not going to assume anything. We all own them. We all enjoy them. We all shoot them as well. So, and it's great that CZ has started to recognize that Canada is a market that they can get into. With the purchase of Colt Canada, that's actually something that was really exciting for us, and it was. When it happened, we were kind of go, what does that mean for us? And what does it mean for us specifically with parts availability and going forward with rifles? And so what types of things can we expect from CZ?
Well, that's a really interesting question. To be 100% honest, the position that I am in right now is brand new to the company.
Okay.
So we're basically creating my role as we go along and figuring out where I fit in and balancing, CZ Export, CZ USA,
yep.
And, hopefully eventually Colt Canada. I don't have a whole lot of information in regards to what's going to be coming down the pipe with Colt Canada. I've heard rumblings and rumors. Obviously Colt Canada has terrific manufacturing capabilities. They have one of the only cold hammer forging machines in North America, which is really exciting because as most CZ diehard fans or fans will know, is all of our barrels are cold hammer forged. So there's a lot of potential. There's very little I can discuss right now and very little information I actually have to share as it pertains to that.
Okay.
The view of my role really is specific to CZ, the brand right now. As you know, CZ has also acquired Dan Wesson. We've also acquired Spur, the mounts, and Brno Rifles, which is another Czech company. So, right now it's basically I'm just trying to build the foundation so that I can really build a bridge between the manufacturer, CZ Export, our exclusive supplier right now, which is North Silva Co., as you may know, is the largest and the biggest firearms supplier in the country, and our end user, really. So as I kind of mentioned initially, as being an advocate for our industry and really being having the ability to have a direct line of communication to the manufacturer and really let them know what our community needs, what our interests are, what kind of gets us most excited and convey that. And, hopefully what that means is some really exciting Canada-specific products coming down, stuff built specifically for us based on what our laws are, but what our interests are as well. And just to really start investing in the community, as I mentioned kind of earlier. And I think, if you've been in the Canadian industry long enough, you realize very quickly that we play third, fourth, or fifth fiddle to a larger market, to a lot of the larger markets, specifically the US.
Yep.
And, we're always sort of last in line as it comes to product allocation, as it comes to resources to invest into the community and to support the competitions and the people. And I'm really hoping to sort of be a guide for CZ Export to really get us represented at that grassroots level, but more so to help the industry grow. And that has been sort of my goal ever since stepping into the gun industry. Back when I started at Target Sports Canada as a range officer was my first foray into the industry. And, as soon as I sort of stepped in, and I was a newer PAL holder when I got into the industry, so I didn't have a ton of experience. I'd grown up shooting rifles and air guns and bows and, basically anything that shot another thing at something, I was super interested in. So finally, I kind of got my license and then I jumped right into the industry. So it was kind of like a both feet into the deep end aspect. And, the community has been absolutely awesome. And sort of, I've learned everything under the wing of someone else and someone further down the road from me. But it's very quickly, I realized that, we are at jeopardy and we are constantly under attack, whether by perception or legislation. And it was sort of that coming to that realization. I realized that we need to be creating opportunities for people to get into the community. We need to be investing directly into the industry itself, supporting the dealers, supporting the end users as well, in order to survive for the next years, right? And that's why I find programs like the CUSF, like Project Maple Seed that actually gives people a tangible roadmap into the community, provides excellent training and opportunity, and really a mentorship program is kind of where I'd like to spend my time and energy is creating those opportunities for people to either get into the industry as a whole or explore the breadth of the industry. And as you know, there's a ton of disciplines out there from IDPA, TRAP, PRS, CPRS, and all that stuff. And, I think one thing we haven't done as well as we could as a community is really creating inroads for people, and I always think about my first experience getting into the industry and the first time I ever showed up to a range with my own firearm, and I was on the range by myself. I belong to a small little range in Ajax, and it's a members only range, 24/7 access. So the first time I stepped out onto the range with my own firearm, there was nobody out there. I was really by myself, and it was somewhat of a daunting experience, again, based on unfamiliarity and being new to it. So, had there been more opportunity for me to get into training and for me to be mentored, I would have thought it would have progressed me, allowed me to progress in the community a lot quicker. Now, that for me was shortened because I jumped into the industry and I went from, an average PAL holder to working with firearms every single day. And that really kind of helped me gain the skills and the experience and the knowledge background to be a useful member of the community, I hope. But again, it also really made me focus on, we need to, as a community, create opportunities for people to get in and to really dive deeply in.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you as well. For Adam actually attended a Project Maple Seed so that you actually understand what that's all about. And
awesome.
So you've stepped up to become a volunteer as well with an instructor. But I think that one of the reasons why you attended is also from the perspective of for what you're doing currently right now, looking at grassroots organizations and different things so that you could spread the information about CZ as well. CZ is really well known here in Canada, and as I said, all of us own them. But what do you see? What do you see people like? Canada is catching on. We're ramping up in some areas. What types of shooting do you see? Like, will rimfire, is that going to be something that we're going to see more here in Canada as opposed to down in the US with
I think, like if I'm going to be 100% honest and transparent, like yes, CZ is a premium brand. Everyone for the most part is familiar, but it usually ends after the Shadow 2 series of pistols.
Yeah.
Right? Shadow 1, Shadow 2, 75B is super popular. As you mentioned, we are kind of growing exponentially as a community, especially in the direction of rimfire precision. And, a lot of steam for us and a lot of recognition in the quality of our build and our rifles has been there. And that's kind of where I see the bulk of my work. Like, I don't really have to convince anybody right now that the Shadow 2 is the best dipstick pistol out there, or the Tactical Sport 2 is the best pistol out there.
Yeah.
That work's pretty much done for me. And my efforts there is just basically supporting the competitions and the competitors who do that. Okay. So what I see growing is our lesser known products, which is our shotguns and our bolt guns. CZ has a rich history of hunting in Europe. And unfortunately, it hasn't always aligned with sort of North American tastes and needs and wants. And, in that regard, we're not as well known. So there's a lot of work for me in regards to showcasing our product and showcasing the effectiveness of the tools that we produce in terms of guns. And that's why I'm really excited to come on board right now as the 600 just launched.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so basically we just had our global launch of the 600 series rifles. It's going to replace all the 500 series rifles, so the 5.57 and those models. And similar to what we did with the 4.57s, is we've created a completely re-engineered new bolt gun. It's highly modular, which means you can switch calibers, you can switch barrel profiles, you can switch stocks. And CZ has sort of gone right back to square one in the drawing board and completely redesigned their actions. They've created a lot of new patented technology that is unavailable in other packages right now, or unavailable in other rifles right now. And that's really excited. And I think with their offerings, we've got 5 models that have been released. And I think they've done an amazing job really targeting each specific niche or discipline to be able to offer everything from something like the 600 Alpha, which is our lightweight hunting rifle, all the way down to the 600 range, which, as the name implies, is more of a target rifle.
Yep.
I'm really excited about the Trail, which is sort of like a bushcraft gun. It's a small sort of AR pattern gun, takes AR magazines, chambered in 223 with a telescoping stock. So, the exact kind of thing you would strap to a backpack and head into the forest with, or inside the backpack, because it is quite small. And I think that's going to be a really popular addition to our lineup. And then, of course, we have the Ergo, which I guess rides both sides of that, ability to walk out into the bush with it or walk onto the range with it and do your sort of precision target shooting, recreational style shooting. And then, of course, staying true to our roots, we also have the Lux model, which is your sort of classic European Turkish walnut with fixed sights.
Yeah.
And sort of like I said, again, they've been able to touch on everything. But
are they available in Canada yet?
They're not available in Canada yet. We should expect them early.
I have to ask.
We get them now.
Like I said, most of us have been down to SHOT Show. Most of us have seen the news and the product releases coming out of SHOT Show. And all of us recognize that, okay, we've got about 1 year to 2 years to wait until we see those products come. But in CZ's new strategy, in their new method of allocating product, again, Canada's risen right to the top of our allocation. So obviously, during COVID, we saw huge interruptions to manufacturing and getting raw materials. We are through the worst of that at the factory level. So we are back up to full production. We're scheduled to get our first deliveries sort of January-ish, which means they'll be hitting dealer shelves sometime in and around February. And from what I've been promised is, like I said, we are high up on the allocation for product. So there should be plenty of rifles available to bring into the market.
Okay. So they should be in stores in February-ish.
February, yeah. Keeping in mind this is the Canadian market and timelines are very malleable for the most part.
Okay.
And, but like I said, our production is pretty much near full capacity. So the guys over at the factory and gals are pumping out rifles.
Okay.
The 600 rifles are being produced as we speak. And like I said, we've got a really healthy supply allocated to us in this country.
Yeah. Okay. So you talked a little bit about the different models. What's the base rifle itself? Are we looking like a 2-lug Mauser action? Like what's the thing itself?
So it's kind of basically they've divided into what CZ calls their mini action or short action and their long action. Mm-hmm. So their short action is a 2-lug short extractor control feed action. So it's definitely new to CZ, which is hopefully going to enhance reliability. And then on the long action rifles, now we have a 6-lug interface. One of the things I'm most excited about of the features that they've done is they've really listened to end user feedback in regards to how complicated our mounting systems were. And that has always been a challenge here in Canada, is understanding what mounts are useful with which model. And so they've kind of standardized that across this new 600 series. So you're either going to get a Picatinny rail installed, which will allow you to use any rings you want, or they've gone to a 700 action mounting system, which is, again, that's a lot of options in terms of mounts and rings and that sort of thing. So those are two of the big features I'm really excited about. Plus with the ability to switch calibers, barrel profiles, and of course, and then there's a couple other really kind of neat features, which, aren't really make it or break it, but are more to allow end user ability. And one of those is basically a safety disengaged for your bolt. So on safe, you can work your bolt, you can unload the rifle safely without ever, having a risk of a misfire or a negligent fire in that case, which I think, anyone who's ever hunted in the, been in the woods before dark and after, that extra little bit of safety feature is great. If it means I can unload my rifle without the potential of discharging around.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And another one of the interesting features is a magazine lockout. So, and again, if anyone's ever been humping it through the bush, that branches and your gear are going to be bumping your rifle. So they've created a mechanism by which your magazine is locked into your stock or your receiver. And that way there's no potential of it to fall out. But also you can convert, if you like, it to a fixed magazine, in which case you can top load through the chamber, which is a nice feature as well, right? And that way you're not kind of mucking around with your magazine in the dark. You just thumb in your rounds and away you go.
Right.
And you didn't mention it, but I think one of the more exciting things for me, I always talk about this in my videos, but whenever I'm hunting close up to an animal, I hate clicky safeties. And you guys have a silent top push button right on the tang, little safety.
Yes.
That's quiet. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Again, they've been super aggressive in terms of gaining feedback and really being receptive to end user thoughts and considerations. And that was one of the other things. And by completely redesigning the action and the safety into sort of the vertical silent safety, we've been able to offer the other features, such as the ability to work your bolt while the gun is in safety, but also to minimize the noise when you are disengaging, if you have an animal in your sights. And be remiss if I didn't admit that I've lost opportunities because I've been making additional noise with my gun, and now that has kind of been taken care of for us. And that's, it's from where CZ is moving. Again, we've really been aggressive in getting in touch with our customers, listening to their feedback, enlisting the help of a lot of professional shooters, whether it's hunting or competitive, like Eric Raffel or Matt Helms, who did the presentation for us, and really getting that end user information that is incredibly valuable to a manufacturer, right? We want to be able to tailor our guns to the markets that they're being used and to the disciplines and the manner in which they're used. And, it's refreshing to see that CZ has such openness to the feedback that we're able to provide.
So part of this is one of our listeners, Doug. He's talking about, well, we do know that CZ has some really great bolt rifles, and obviously he's also enjoys your pistols as well. Thoughts on a semi-automatic rifle? Are they going to
once the OIC came in and really made the Scorpion obsolete, it kind of left CZ in a lurch. As some other people might not know, we also have the Bren 2, which is our entry into the semi-automatic sort of battle rifle class. As to additional semi-autos beyond that, there's no word right now, but I imagine that's kind of a natural progression to where we're going to go. Now that the 457s have replaced the other 400 series rimfires, now that the 600 series has replaced the 500 series rifles, I do expect to see some entry into the semi-automatic game. But unfortunately, like the Scorpion has proven to be a incredible platform out there in the market, whether it's civilian or law enforcement use. And the Bren 2 has definitely gathered a lot of popularity again amongst recreational shooters, defensive style shooters in the States, and law enforcement communities sort of around the globe. And, that's kind of taken up all of our time in the moment now as to whether a new semi-automatic pattern firearm. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't be surprised to know that there are plans in the future to come out with something like that. Doug shouldn't be allergic to bolt guns. It is. I'm allergic, Doug.
That 600 series. There's one other thing on it that I just wanted to touch on. You can change barrels. It's got like a few torques on the side. Now, is that like a gunsmith only, or like a backyard gunsmith only, or anyone?
No. Bubba is in his prime in this. And again, one of the huge sales factor and why we redesigned everything was to give it that modularity for people to tailor exactly what their preferences are. So it's basically two screws. After you remove your stock, two screws that hold the barrel in. And it's pretty much plug and play at that point. And part of what my job to do and what I've noticed in the past is, with CZ's modularity, and look at just the 75 line alone with the Shadow and the Shadow 2. There's a ton of parts compatibility between all those platforms, but we haven't done an awesome job, at least in this country, informing our end users, informing customers in the market how compatible they are across all of the platforms. And sort of like Adriel said, in barrel conversions, caliber conversions, it's all plug and play right now. So you don't need a gunsmith. There are no proprietary tools involved, which is awesome. And it's just a couple of Allen screws that you unscrew once your action is free from your stock. And the nice thing is the way that they've contoured the barrel. It's kind of, I don't want to say idiot proof, but it's idiot proof, right? Everything indexes for you. Everything snaps together like a piece of Lego, and then once you get your torque settings in, you're off to the races with the new caliber. And that to me is really exciting, especially being able to go, multiple calibers in one platform, to be able to do it quickly and easily, but also to be able to change your barrel profile. Because as when we're on the range, it's high round count. When we're in the field, you're lucky if you're shooting 1 or 2 rounds. So, to be able to tailor your rifle to the specific task at hand, I think is going to be of great value to our customers.
What about
cool.
okay, go ahead.
I had a question on the trigger. So I'm just reading here. It says user adjustable single or double stage. So you get the rifle, you can adjust whether it's single or double stages. Am I reading that right?
No. So basically all models other than the Trail is a single stage adjustable. The Trail model is a 2-stage, kind of like an AR style trigger, that's also adjustable. And basically CZ said there's 4 different adjustments to over travel, weight, and a couple of other key things. That's super, again, it's user friendly. You don't need a doctorate. You don't need to be a gunsmith. And the nice thing is you do not have to disassemble the rifle to be able to access these changes or these tweaks to your gun. But they all share that similarity, which 4 basic adjustments.
But what weights are we talking? Like, what's the low end to high end on adjustable weight?
I think from factory, and again, I'm on a steep learning curve here, guys, so be kind to me. I don't have them all banged out, but basically you're introducing the gun in about 4 pounds is your trigger pull, and it can go all the way down to about 2 pounds.
Oh, nice.
So you get a nice light crisp trigger with that single stage. And then even with like the double stage, again, you can adjust the amount of travel and over travel, and you can adjust the trigger weight as well, which is really nice. So, one thing we do really well, is most people know, is, CZ triggers out of the box are pretty crispy.
You're good. Yeah.
And after a couple thousand rounds, they smooth out like butter. So, they've really, like I said, tailored it to the customer. And, instead of a lot of manufacturers creating a product and then convincing customers they need it, we've taken the feedback from our customers and given them what we've been asked for.
Which is awesome. Great. Yeah. If somebody, so the 600 series is coming out in February, or should be. And I just, SHOT Show, is CZ going to SHOT Show this year, hopefully?
Yeah, CZ will be represented there. CZ USA will be there.
Okay. So expect a few other things as well besides the 600 series to come out as well?
Well, there'll be new, like the tactical sport models, which are like new upgrade. They'll be featured. Some of the new Shadow 2 models, like the Optic Ready, and some of the tactical or Shadow 2 Orange, and those models as well will be well represented. But, to be honest, as I mentioned, because this is so new in terms of the positioning, and because we're going through this huge corporate restructuring tied in with the launch of a brand new product line, it's all hands on deck for that. So, I think, obviously we will be represented at SHOT Show. I don't know if I'm going to be there this year. I'm still kind of waiting on confirmation on that. Okay. But yeah, they definitely will have a booth there, and you can come and see all the new products will be represented there, and you can get your hands on them. I've fortunately, I've started this position early August, sort of August. I was off to the Czech Republic to the factory for my training, and for a powwow with my team, and at that point I got to at least see all the 600 models, and I got to feel them and play with them a little bit. But unfortunately, time didn't allow us to get onto the range with it. But definitely, the industry will be able to get their hands on them.
Perfect. Brandon actually wants to know if all the Lux models will be coming equipped with those wooden bolt handles. Yes, for him. Okay. So what we want to do is, I know that this is a brand new opportunity for CZ. I know that this is also for you as well. And over the next year, it'd be great to get you back on, especially when the 600 series comes out, so that we can actually, have more chats about it, but also see how CZ is evolving and is being more be involved more in the Canadian market. And I'd love to see you again. Do you guys have any more questions for Adriel or Hef?
No, I'm excited for it.
Me too.
Nice. Yeah, like one of the things, like as soon as I get my samples, I'm going to be working with the dealer community to create opportunities, range days, and events. I've already got a couple people lined up who will be receiving samples. Caliber Magazine's going to do a write-up for us. I've worked with Armin Gunn, if you're familiar with his account. Just a super stellar dude, and just growing incredibly over the last couple of years. So you're going to see a lot of the 600, and hopefully it's coming to a range or a range event near you in the early new year.
Perfect. Love to go out to one of those as well. If people have questions, or how can they contact you? I know that right now there's you're still building everything for Canada.
Right now, like I'm in the process of working to get us migrated a CZ Canada website, and that will feature all of the products available in Canada. If you want to really get in touch with me, or you have any kind of issue, your local gun store will put you in touch with me. My email is caruana@czexport.cz. It's Caruana. I fought to get Adam at CZ Export, but the way they do it over there is by last name, and actually when I was applying for the job and I responded to it, the HR person I was in touch with, their last name was Michael Sarakova. So I thought it was Michael Sarakova. So my first email was like, "Hey, Michael, great to be in touch with you." And then she kindly corrected me and told me to go for his name. And so this is what I'd like to avoid. But yeah, I always welcome hearing from our customers. Like I said, I am kind of building the position, so I'm going to do whatever I can for you at the moment. But if you have any kind of issue, talk to your local gun store. They'll put you in touch with me, or send me a direct email. Again, caruana@czexport.cz. I'm happy to do whatever I can for you.
Perfect. And while you've been talking about everything, everybody who's in our chat right now, they all love their CZs, whether it be rifles or their Shadow 2s. They're just loving them. So
the Shadow 2, like the Shadow 1 and the Shadow 2s are priced like excellent for Canada. Like it dominates. In other markets, like in the US and that kind of thing, there's other pistols that are competitive for the price point. In Canada, not so much. It's the CZ Shadow 1 and 2. Yeah. And we recommend that a lot for new shooters. It's a lot of gun for the price. You mentioned it was like premium priced, but I don't really think so. Like in that market, the pricing is so good that it's silly not to go for that one. There's other guns you can get if you want to spend like $3,000 or $5,000, but not at like $1,000.
Yeah,
you're doing my job for me.
Yeah.
All right, all queries to Adriel. He'll forward them to me as needed. But it's a feature-rich gun. It does a whole lot for you on the range in terms of keeping that recoil nice and flat. And it's like a tailored suit. It really makes you look good out there. So
everyone has one. So if you if you need a part, someone's got it. Mags are cheap. They're like $35. Like there's other guns out there that cost quite a bit less. That mags go for like $75-$80 a pop, and it's a super practical gun for IPSC or 3 gun.
We say, buy once, cry once. And I think my time over the counter, one of the most common questions I get is what's a good starter pistol? And basically the way I interpret that is kind of what's a cheap pistol. Because as you guys know, getting into the sport is very cost intensive, right? There's a lot of equipment. The testing is expensive now. But I always, encourage my own customers, basically, you pay for it once and it will pay its dividends out for you for the entire career that you're on the range.
Typically, we'll see people buy a Glock, maybe as the first one because it's a Glock, and then they'll migrate over to a CZ Shadow. And that's basically what I see. Also, I have a few friends that have bought Tampaglios, and they went right back and returned it and got the CZ. Much happier.
We're awesome.
There you go.
You know what I mean? What more can I say? We're fantastic, and I'm a great human being. So get your wallets out and start.
There you
go. And, for every dollar raised, I'll rescue a kitten and send out a pat, basically. So that's kind of where I look to do. And like I said, I really see myself less as a salesman to my dealers and more as an advocate, not only for the dealer network, but, we want to return some of that love and respect that we get kind of in the industry. And I think it's, one of the reasons why I jumped on board with CZ, because it was an opportunity to represent my community sort of to an international manufacturer, to a global manufacturer. And I'm hoping to be able to be aggressive in the next year and really support the events and the people. And, I know, Kelly, you work tirelessly and your weekends are filled driving all over Ontario and Canada, spreading the gospel. And, that's, the exact type of personality I'm like. We have to create opportunities for people to get deeper into the community and to get into the community. And that's what I really want to be, sort of a social lubricator in that direction, basically.
Oh, it's great to advocate for Canadian shooters. So thank you for doing that. And and those other two people on here too. They are tireless as well. Just one quick question. Eric wants to know if CZ is going to continue to display the Canadian Armed Forces. I think through Colt Canada, he's asking specifically.
Yeah, so that's the big thing I hear, because now CZ owns Colt Canada. Are we going to be in contention for the CAF replacing the new pistol? And to be honest, that's all above my pay grade. So I have zero information. I'm hoping to see some manufacturing from CZ come back to Canada because we have the capabilities. But as to what's happening on the law enforcement military side with our military, that's outside of my pure purview at the moment. Yeah. I'm a civilian commercial sales guy.
Yeah,
I think they need parrots. They need the CZ parrot.
No, yes. They don't.
You got my vote for that one.
No. Okay.
I just hope our guys our team gets something soon, right? It's been about a 10-year process, and I got friends in the military who would just love to have something that, the wrapper wasn't peeled off in the 50s, basically.
Yeah.
If it's CZ P10, awesome. I think it's a great gun. I think it's a real contender, but that stuff is, I have zero experience in the law enforcement, to be 100% honest. It's a completely different game than the civilian side of the gun world. And I'm leaving that to the people with the background on it and just doing whatever I can to support them as needed. As whether that will happen or not, we'll find out kind of in the early new year.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Thanks again for coming on, Adam.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Always great talking to you.
Alrighty. Take care.
See you later. Bye-bye. Ken, thanks, Adam, for coming on. Great to hear about CZ Canada, and it's always great to have you on. We're going to have him back again. Listener feedback. So let's get into that. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory Decent Gunsmith. Armory Decent Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. You can also check him out on Facebook as well as Instagram. I wonder if he has a Black Friday sale on. You should check that out. I buy a lot of stuff from him lately, so he's a really Denny's really good to deal with. So if you want something, go and check it out. Okay. Actually, Kyle, wait, Adriel's been talking a lot lately, so why don't we get you to read this?
Okay. Hi, crew. Wondering if you could lend some advice based on your pistol experience. I own a variety of striker-fired polymer pistols, Smith & Wesson, Beretta, Glock, etc., and I want to try something new. I have heard Adriel mention the CZ Shadow 2 before, but I've never had a 1911 or 2011 either. I don't compete, but I like to shoot fast, and a smooth trigger with short reset is generally what I migrate toward. Also, it needs to be 9mm. I know that's a sin for true 1911 aficionados, but the ammo is affordable, and if it shoots fast, I'll be using a pile of it. What brand would you say competes directly with the CZ Shadow 2? Is there a CZ type that you know of with a shorter trigger reset? If I choose a 1911, there are so many brands. How do I decide between them? Dan Wesson, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Colt, to name a few. I'd like to spend $2,000 or less. Thoughts? Josh V.
What about the TAC Sport? The CZ TAC Sport? That's single action only. It's more gamer. It's within that price range. Mm-hmm. Like the Shadow 2 is great for competition because it's DASA. Yep. So DASA for IPSC and that kind of thing is fantastic. But if you're not competing and you just want single action, the TAC Sport is within that price range and has a pretty fantastic trigger on it.
Yeah. But we do endorse CZ, obviously. We had them. Yep. We're talking a lot about CZ tonight on the show. A lot.
If I were to suggest anything else on like the 1911 side, I would check out the higher end SIGs.
Yeah.
Like their elite series with their short reset trigger. Yep. STI too. You can get I think it's a Trojan. I think might come out in under $2,000.
Check the used market too, because pistols don't wear out, and you can just pick one up for a lot less on the used market.
Yep. So, good choice.
You can get a Shadow and put a single action trigger in it, but it won't be as good as the TAC Sport or a 1911, really. But the mag reloads will be better, because like a 1911 with a single stack mag, like you're sticking this like skinny thing in this skinny hole instead of like a rectangular thing, and the double stack mags do ram in better. But if you're just shooting it at the range, it doesn't matter.
Gray Birch is saying Cabot guns. I haven't looked enough at their stuff.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know they make 1911s. For some reason, my mind goes to the higher end stuff, but I don't know if they make the lower end stuff.
Custom 1911s, 100% made in the U.S.
Okay, you're already on it.
Yeah. Saying their 1911s are so good, if I still had a soul, I would trade it for one.
All right.
Now.
Order.
Oh, I don't know. The one that they've got on there's the Cabot Apocalypse or Cabot. I don't know. Cabot Apocalypse, $7,500. You know it's going to be expensive when they've got it on like a rough grain tabletop with a watch next to it, and like all this and a knife and all this expensive stuff. It's all staged.
Are those the guys that did the Meteorite 1911?
I don't know. Like some of their stuff looks like kind of that same style. Collector.
Why do I think that they did a 1911 out of a meteorite?
Platinum Mamba. The monarch from the heavens. The trade commodities. Black ice. Megalosaurus gigantus. These are the names of their pistols, by the way. They sound epic. The legend of Sacramonte.
So apparently you gotta check out the oak collection.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are they made of wood so that they're priced so that we
I think that he's saying that that's the meteorite ones.
Oh yeah, that was the ones I was looking at. Yeah. Damascus. Yeah, they have Damascus 1911 pistols. Wow. I don't know if this fits in with the $2,000 price point.
Yeah, it's not going to meet.
Looking more like something made in like the Philippines or Turkish or a little bit more affordable than media.
Oh, there it is. The Big Bang pistol set. Yeah. Very fancy 1911s.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we move on to the next email? Adriel, you wouldn't read it. It's a tour, by the way, Cole. And it's great that Grey Birch, because it's actually about his Grey Birch barrel and everything. And by the way, he gives a shout out to Grey Birch at the end. So
there we go. Hi, Slamfire. Just looking to get some input on some trouble I'm having with my 1022. Earlier this year, I was excited to put together my first build and ended up going with a 12.5-inch Grey Birch barrel on a factory receiver bolt trigger in an SBI Spectre chassis. Topped off with a 3 MOA Vortex Venom. Oh, that's the SBI's chassis. Yeah. Yes. Their AR tightening thing. Well, it looks and handle great. Can't hit worth beans with it. My bench rest accuracy with CCI ammo is beginning 4 to 5 MOA. This compares to my stock 1022 with tech sights, giving me about 2.7. I'm going to say 3 to 4 MOA with the same ammo. I tried the red dot on my old 1022 to see if it was the sight, but it actually improved my accuracy slightly. I contacted Grey Birch, and their suggestion was to tighten the V block to exactly 15 inch-pounds, but I did it to no effect. Haven't heard back from them since I tried that. Any thoughts on what could be causing the poor accuracy? I feel like I must be doing something really obvious and stupid, as all the posts online about 1022 builds seem to report sub-MOA accuracy. I realized that would be with a good scope, but I'd be happy with just 2 MOA. Oh, he's just got a red. No tech, no scope. Yeah,
no scope. He just has a red dot. So there's a picture of it down below. But he also followed up right before the show. So he literally sent this earlier today, and then he sent another one. So
quick update. Grey Birch just messaged me to send the barrel back to them for troubleshooting. Good company. Cool.
Yeah.
I would put a scope on. Like personally, like I've got like a big monster scope that I stick on guns when I'm like testing them for accuracy. And I always do that. Even if I'm going to do a new build, big bad scope, test for accuracy so that I'm not left wondering, like, is it the irons? Is it the red dot? Is it me? Nah, big bad scope. Can't be anything, right?
Yeah. I'm also thinking that there's, anyways.
And try different kinds of ammo, because some 22s may not like some kinds of ammo. Like there's a couple of like Gucci brands where, I don't know, go get a box of 10X and or
shooting CCI?
Yeah, CCI something or other. Yeah. Which I mean, there's some okay CCI stuff like Green Tag or whatever might be okay, but I would get some fancy pants stuff, big bad scope, like take out all the variables and then shoot it and see what it's like.
So you switch that over to anyways, scope, CCI.
Buy a box of Ely and a box of SK standard or SK rifle match or something like that. Well, fire some groups, and you should like. Then you're not left with wondering if it's something like that,
or if it's something else.
CCI Minimag. CCI Minimag is good for reliability. The accuracy on it is not fantastic. It's not like it's not bad. It's just not. It's really reliable. Plated ammo.
Factory barrels, it was better on my Grey Birch. Not as good, but actually the Aguila shoots much. Anyways, it just depends. Each rifle is different, so it depends on what it likes. So
a lot of match chambers, you need like standard velocity, plain lead bullet that's like coated in wax or grease or something like that.
Yeah. I don't have any issues with mine.
But he knows. He says it shoots crazy good in his Savage B22 Precision. He knows. That's a pretty good platform you're putting that through, too.
Yeah. So, send it back. He said that he's sending it back to the company. So, let us know what happens. Yep. And give us an update. So, okay, let's get into Patreonies. Or before we do get into Patreonies, if you actually want to send us an email, send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And also keep us in the loop on your guns as well. So let us know about that. Patreonies, we have a new one. His name is Joel H. I think he's the Joel H that won that Dremel there. So thanks, Joel. If you'd like to support the show, you can go on over to patreon.com. Go and search out Slamfire Radio. It'll help us, put this lovely content out every week. Also, if you do become one of our Patreonies, make sure that you send us an email as well. In that, include your address, and we'll send you out some stickers.
Joel already sent his.
Perfect.
And I already have the patch and stickers in the box.
Oh my God, you're like so
I'll stuff some like random jerky or sausage in there and
Wait,
hope to hell that it's still cold by the time it gets over there.
I'm still waiting on my sandwich.
I keep forgetting.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, did you get any shout outs there, Adriel?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Kyle?
Shout out to Sin Shake Sin for being so awesome to let me use their music.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to give a huge shout out for Adam coming on tonight. Also, I would like to give a shout out to the Kyle and Kelly Kincaid for allowing me to hunt with them and the fun that we had there. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, I think so. Oh, and well, kind of all the ladies that put the calendar together. It was a lot of work, but it was amazing. So just want to give a shout out to all the ladies that in some way contributed to that, and also our sponsors too. So anyways, that's about it. So check us out on Gunners Canada. Give us a like on Facebook. Send us a review, by the way. We'd love to hear from you. Join the CCFR, and we'll see everybody next week. Night, guys.
Night.